Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakwadash. Double lines to the elders of GMS rule well. Peace, salutations to like Akim in the four corners, percent truth, sincerity. Peace be unto you and Shalom. This lesson I wanted to do about basically how in this brotherhood everybody's not about to get along and be BFFs, but the thing that you want that can be done is that everybody can be cordial with one another and be respectful for one another. You're gonna have certain brothers who spirits don't mix well. They sometimes there's strife between them, and sometimes strife can happen simply because, for instance, Abraham and Lot. You need your space. Sometimes you can crash. So just because you get into it with a brother, don't necessarily mean that brother's a bad person or you're a bad person. Issues and things can arise. There's there's a there's a thing that a lot of I've noticed a lot of Israelites lack, and people in general, shall I say this, lack. And this goes to people in the world. We have emotions. Happy is an emotion, sad is an emotion, angry is an emotion. Excited is an emotion, nervous is an emotion. All these are emotions. And for the most part, people can see when a person is happy, when they're sad, when they're excited, when they're nervous. They're blinking, they're sweating, if they're surprised, So people have, some people have, discernment to tell that. But there's another emotion that people have, and it's called annoyed. That's an emotion. You can be annoyed. And so not too many people have the discernment to know when they are the ones that's being annoying to somebody else and the person is annoyed by them. Most people can't discern that. Most people can't discern, okay, I'm annoyed or this person is annoyed by me because of, let's say, I keep talking too much. Or this person is annoyed by me because I keep cutting them off. Or this person is annoyed by me because the music I listen to or whatever. Most people don't have that discernment. And there's truth, that's the same way. A lot of people don't have that discernment to know when, not just when they are the one that's being annoying and somebody's annoyed by them, but don't have that discernment to spot when a person is annoyed. Most people don't. That's an emotion that most people can't discern. And the thing about being annoyed is you don't always address everything that annoys you. And people who often are the ones that are annoying to others expect everybody to address them when they are being annoying. And that's not realistic. You're not going to address every matter that annoys you. Sometimes you just walk away or get away from it. Maybe a brother might be not necessarily a bad person, but maybe your brother might be annoying you because he likes to listen to heavy metal music, and you're annoyed. You just leave. Maybe you might be in a car with a brother, and he likes the AC, blasting. You like it hot, and it's annoying, and there's no really middle ground. So y'all, basically leave, or you don't ride with the brother no more. And because of the inability to discern that, okay, this person may be annoyed by the music I'm listening to, or this person might be annoyed by the temperature I like the car in my house at. What happens is, oh, something off about that brother. That spirit off. Now I've been noticing that brother, something wrong. It's always looking outward. You're looking outward to the person. Something's wrong with him. When actually, yeah, it could be something wrong, but you might be thinking that, oh, he's going off or something's wrong with him. What might be wrong is he might be annoyed. And if you can't discern when a person is annoyed, what you're always going to do is you're going to discern that something's wrong with them. So they had a bad day, something's wrong, or this person don't want to come around no more. You have to be able to discern when a person is annoyed. That is the key to unlocking this discernment thing. The scripture says, let another man praise you. You shouldn't, brag about having discernment. If you truly really have it, it's going to show. It's going to show if you have discernment. You don't really need to proclaim that you have discernment. And another thing too about having discernment is that it's not going to always be accurate. You're going to be wrong sometimes. You're going to be right sometimes. Wise men aren't always 100%, right? So your discernment, has to be on point, or you have to grow in, your discernment. Because another thing, if you constantly, discern things, and let's say you're constantly annoying people, and sometimes hold on one second. Let's say you constantly are annoying people, and you just are completely oblivious. And a brother might have told you once, might have told you twice, and you still keep doing it, and you just oblivious. And you just don't realize when you do it or recognize when you do it. I've been there before. I've been the brother that's been annoying. I've been that brother who, I was told to close up camp, and I say one more precept, and then that one more precept turned in about 20 more minutes, and the time really literally just flies. And it's like, damn, like that many minutes went by. Like, oh, damn, my bad, Salakia. And brothers remind you, and then you keep doing it. I've been there before. That's annoying. But being annoyed doesn't always warrant a full out rebuke. Nigga, what the fuck are you doing? Sometimes, being annoyed, that will, being that annoying person and having the inability to discern when people around you are annoyed by either you or by somebody else. Lacking that ability can cause you to really start to bug yourself out because you looking at everybody else as the problem. Here it is. I'm going to tell you one thing about being able to host an elder. It is one thing I love about hosting an elder. I can learn so much stuff. The elder Big Gad, he comes to see us every now and then, and every time he announces that he's gonna come, and it's in the group chat, everybody's lighted up. I always look at that as an opportunity to basically learn from him and learn from my mistakes. He's stern. He's very straightforward, but at the same time, he's understanding that he's wiser than me, myself, and other brothers. but he's also exhibits wisdom far beyond, what I understand, and those are my opportunities to catch on. You latch on. You in this thing 30 plus years, you got some wisdom to you. And another thing is that's my opportunity that I see to learn how to be a better host for the next person who might visit our camp. Things that I might do that's annoying and I don't even realize, damn. I remember one time I was in the living room. Well, no, we were in the living room. I was in the dining room, sitting in the back, and I wasn't even sitting in the same room with the elder, and I was just sitting in the back only because the fan was there, and I didn't, I was, hot, and I wanted the fan, directly, on me, and I didn't want to necessarily put the fan in the other room because the other brothers might not necessarily want that fan on them. So I was like, okay, I want it on me, so let me be over here. And I'm talking with the elder, and I'm realizing, he's like, hey, brother, why don't you come in here? And I told him, like, because of the fan. And then I thought to myself, like, damn, like, why? Like, that is rude to me. Like, that is annoying that you talking to somebody, and, like, I had to catch myself. I'm like, that is kind of, that, wrong of me. And then, I proceeded to go, inside, the other room and, continue the fellowship. But, you get this sense of that, when you're around, you want to not be annoying. Sometimes you get excited. You might be talking too much. A person not going to tell you, hey, brother, you're talking too much every single time. You start to get annoyed and annoyed and annoyed. And eventually, your spirit, John, gets away from that person. You ever seen a dog or an animal? If you annoy a dog, he ain't about to bite you or bark at you. The dog will eventually just leave. Let's say you keep squirting a dog in the face with a water gun. The dog just gonna get up and walk away. He ain't about to bite you or anything like that, or he's just gonna avoid you. He doesn't like it, or you doing something that he don't like, but necessarily something to be pissed off about. You just annoyed. People, animals, whatever, tend to stay away from things that annoy them. So one of the things about you're not going to be BFFs with everybody is sometimes consider, are you annoying? You might think you're the best person ever. We like to think highly of ourselves, but hey, maybe you not be annoying, but maybe you're annoying to that person. That just the reality. That's just a sad part about it. There's certain things that I like that another person might not like. I might like, let's say incense, certain incense. Another brother might not like it. So that brother might not want to, let's come to my house because I like incense, or that could be a deal breaker or something like that. And I might not even necessarily know why that person doesn't want to. This is I want to go into Sirach chapter 20, verse 5, because every time you don't always have to address every time you're annoyed. That could come across as very, very arrogant, as if like a whole room has to accommodate, your diva ass. That you just gotta, have everything your way. If you got like some of these celebrities, they got it's called like a writer. There's certain things they like, they want their clothes folded a specific way and pointed this specific way, and they like the M&Ms all green separated. Man, get out of here with that. Because a person could be really upset or even necessarily annoyed, but they're not getting that. You sometimes got to get over yourself. This is Sirach chapter 20 and verse 5. There is one that keepeth silence and is found wise, and another by much babbling becometh hateful. So you keep talking over and over, talking and nonstop. You can be that person that brothers are annoyed by. Like, he just won't stop talking. Like, he just won't stop. I don't even want to be around him. I don't want to, let's say, let it, be around him no more than I need to be. That don't necessarily mean that you necessarily a bad person, but that could be what annoys you, or that could be what annoys somebody else about you. It goes both ways. You could be the annoying one, the other person could be annoyed you. Sometimes, you know, the scripture talks about in the presence of an elder, use not, a lot of words. You're supposed to be listening and soaking stuff in. The elders and apostles aren't about to sit, and rebuke every single little small detail that you do. Brother, you talking too much. Brother, spirit might not gel with you, and nothing is wrong with that. Nothing's wrong. You might maybe need to mature a little bit. And on the other flip side, maybe the other person needs to mature and might get over themselves. But being able, if anything you want to leave off this is that be able to discern when a person is annoyed. That being annoyed, it doesn't always come with a facial expression. Like arms being thrown up in the air and a sigh. Sometimes being annoyed is just, I don't want to come around, I'm walking away, I'm keeping my distance. Sometimes that's an indication that a person is annoyed. And also understanding that you shouldn't be so quick to assume that because a person doesn't want to be around you, that there's something wrong with you. With them. Reading on. It says, some man holdeth his tongue because he hath not an answer, and some keepeth silence knowing his time. When you consistently are annoyed over and over, that's when you really want to talk. The moment you're slightly annoyed, you don't sit up and speak every time the moment that you're slightly annoyed. But the thing is, when you have a reputation of being annoying, then when you slightly annoy somebody, that person is just like, oh, here we go again. There is that, patience that, we're supposed to have. But at the same time, you want to be mindful of your own actions and how you conduct yourself. You have, I'm going to grab another one. This is Proverbs 29 and 11. It says, a fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards. So don't think that word fool can apply to somebody in this truth. We all play the fool. What's that song? Everybody plays the fool. Sometimes you could be drunk, babbling a whole bunch. Sometimes you could go and completely embarrass yourself and don't even realize it. Sometimes you could, embarrass yourself and then realize, damn, what I did was stupid. But the other part says, a wise man keepeth it. I read it from the top. A fool uttereth all his mind. Just saying whatever is on your mind. I don't like this. This annoys me. Or I don't like that. Man, why don't you do it like this? Bro, nobody, we not divas in here where you just sit around and criticize every single thing that you don't like. There's going to be things you're not going to like. You might not like that spot. You might not like over, the scripture says, force not the course of the river. Let's say if brothers want to, let's say if brothers want to play chess. Nah, brothers, don't play chess. We could be doing this. Man, chill sometimes. Just because you don't like it, don't necessarily mean other brothers can't enjoy themselves. Or let's say if the brothers want to go bowling. If that's where they want to do, you trying to force the course of the river and, you could be annoying. You always trying to alter brothers' plans. And then brothers just straight up exclude you because you now are annoying. And now, because they have excluded you and you don't have the ability to discern when you are being annoying, you contribute to you not getting an invitation to, oh, the brothers don't like me. Oh, something's going off about that brother. That brother's spirit ain't right. And now you looking at the brother sideways and And really, you are the one that's being annoying. You're the demon. You know, everybody don't got to be best friends. If sometimes your spirit might incline to somebody, and that same person's spirit might not incline to you. You might be fond of somebody else. That person might not be as fond of you. Or in the same breath, a person might be very fond of you, and you might not be as fond of him. You know, there's every, you know, like the apostle said in a video. Uh, what's that? The street video last this past Saturday. Hey man, you know that that hug and all fellowship. You know that'll be in the kingdom. We ain't gotta be all huggy, lovey, dubbed up. You know the matter of fact. I remember the apostle Benatazah. He has said a while back, you know, about people, you know, basically visiting a whole bunch of other camps in other cities, and he was saying like some people like traveling too much. It's like, hi, we all got all this time, but he said basically that's neither here nor there. But he was saying like if you got to, let's say, go into another brother's town, you know, to handle some business, like you don't necessarily gotta meet up and link up and, you know, fellowship with the brothers and do videos. I remember he said that, and I remember the head of our camp saw that video as well. You know, sometimes, you know, you don't, you know, you can overstay your welcome anywhere. You can overstay your welcome at somebody's house. You can overstay your welcome on the phone with somebody. You can overstay, you know, your welcome at a job. You know, there's a delicate balance of space that's supposed to be in between, you know, brothers. There's the saying, good fences make good neighbors. And that's good. You know, you don't want to be necessarily in a house with, you know, somebody, and then all of a sudden this person is constantly, you know, just annoying the hell out of you, playing the music all types of day and night, and sometimes it's just a matter of y'all, you know, it ain't meant for y'all to, you know, gel like that. You know, you got I don't know how many elements on the periodic table, but you got some elements. When you combine them, they make a chemical reaction. You know, some elements don't go together well, but then another one, you put one more element and then it's perfect. And it balances everything out. Here we are, we're this body. If we come together, we're perfectly balanced out. But you take out, let's say, certain parts of the body, you know, there could be, you know, contentions. There could be, you know, somebody who is very good at conflict resolution, and he can solve matters between brothers. And because that individual is there, camp goes a lot smoother. Everything goes a lot better. There could be another brother who is very, very good at herbs and healing. And because he can do that and helps heal brothers, that's one less burden that the camp leader or your camp heads have to deal with, is somebody's health, because you got a herbologist in your camp that helps ease tension. So, you know, he can bear that burden more so because that's his expertise. You know, we're all you know, a body in this thing. That doesn't necessarily mean because you're a prophet that everybody's just gonna all just, you know, get along and be BFF friends, best friends. Just because you invite a brother out and he doesn't want to go out with you, don't necessarily mean he doesn't like you. Doesn't mean he's a bad person. It could be several reasons why he does not go. Could be possibly because he doesn't like, you know, the activity. Could be you're annoying. Maybe because he, you know, got something to do, or maybe, you know, he ain't feeling it that day. You know, you can't be so quick to every time you see something that you don't like, you look at the other person. There's something wrong with them. Hey, man, you have to sometimes examine yourself. On that note, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Magakwadash, double honors to Elders GMS Ruel. Peace, salutations, and shalom.